I want to get around to doing this brief video discussing what I personally consider to be arguably the greatest year in cinema history, 1984. Now, I went back and forth before deciding to do this video between 1982 or 1984, as both years include some of my all-time favorite films. 1982 will forever mean so much to me as well. A lot of the films of that year too are way up there on my all-time favorite films list. But revisiting 1984 recently, as I wanted to get around to doing this video just last month to end 2024, which marked the 40th anniversary for these incredible films that come out this year. I got a little tied up with a lot of things going on, so I had to kind of postpone that video and address it just a few weeks later into the new year, more in the middle of January right now. But I want to get around to doing this as looking back on the incredible classics that come out in 1984 just kind of blew my mind. The amount of output that was put out this year, almost every single month of this year had one incredible iconic classic after another that was put out, in some cases almost every week in some of these months, even as I'm going to kind of go through in just a moment too. But you know, the 80s personally has always meant so much to me on a personal level. You know, I am an 80s baby. I was born at the tail end of 1987. Unfortunately, just slightly missed, you know, some of my favorite years in cinema, in 82 and 84, and not to mention a few other years too. The entire decade was brilliant, you know. And for me, you know, it was tough to decide, you know, did I want to do a video discussing 82 more or 84, as they're about neck and neck. Both of these years are responsible for some of my all-time favorite films of all time. And it is a year that, you know, I did give the slight edge to 84 in some respects, because the amount of output that I'm going to discuss briefly here is just unbelievable to really go back and look at. But, you know, all film is subjective. Everybody has their own personal opinions as to what the greatest year of all time in cinema was. This is just my personal opinion. There's many other brilliant years too. Obviously, a strong case could be made for 1939, which was very groundbreaking in cinema history. Even being an old Hollywood fan such as myself, as I've dedicated this channel to, you know, so many recommendations and seen skits of films that come from past decades, such as everything, you know, way back from like the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, and on to, you know,